All right, let's start with just a little warm up, a little rotation. So cold today. Take the feet out a little wider. Maybe let the heels start coming off the ground. Relax the shoulders, just let the arms flop. All right, let's ground the heels back down. This time we'll add in that little Tai Chi thing of kind of slap the chest and slap the back as the arms come around. That's supposed to wake up. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to wake up, but when you're hitting in the front of the chest, that's an area where there's a lot of lymph nodes. So perhaps we're stimulating lymphatic flow. And back here, gosh, we're hitting like in the area of the kidneys. So maybe we're waking up the kidneys too. It's all good. So let yourself twist and very lightly smack yourself. Shake that out. Let's twist the arms on the axis. And weave in a little wrist motion as well. Maybe some squeeze, release, spread the fingers really wide. Okay, swing the arms. Keep the head up, the chin gently tucked and the head straight up. Engage the core so you're not flopping forward and backward. Okay, and then let's do the arms opposite. Again, engage the core so you're not flipping all around. Okay, then just open and close. Okay, a wider stance, and then we'll go into a bounce and moving the arms in yet another direction. Hope everybody had a nice holiday. We ended up having to call ours off as my daughter and her family all came down with a 24-hour bug of some sort, little GI intestinal distress. So we're going to shoot for Sunday. Hopefully we can get it together then. Okay, a little wider, a little back and forth. Really stick the booty out behind you. Keep the weight in the heels. Back and forth. Slowly sinking as your hips and knees allow with no pain. Okay, let's stop with, got my right leg straight, my left knee bent. I'm going to put my right hand on the ground. That sort of kicks up the stretch through the inner thigh. Oh my gosh, it's snowing. There are snowflakes coming down outside my window. Huh, what do you know? All right, other side. Relax shoulders. All right, let's go back to the other side. This time, if you want to take your left hand up and around, add a little twist. Side. And back to standing, back and forth. That's good. All right, let's stretch through the calves. So let's take a long step with the right foot and really press down with the back foot. And then a sinking down into the front knee. And then gentle pressure through the back heel. And then let's add a little something for our upper body. So we'll take the right elbow to the right knee and stretch. Go over the ear, making that nice long line from your fingertips down to your heel. I'm going to take your right hand to the floor. You can do that too. Okay, arm down. Let's just switch on over to the other side. Press that back heel down and then sink only as far as you can go. And so keep that back heel on the ground and stretching. Feeling a nice stretch in the front here too. Okay, if you want to take the left elbow to the left knee, arm up and over. And slowly come up. Let's go back to the other side. Keep that knee really pressed down. Sink down in. Okay. You can either take the left hand to the knee for a little, just a little twist, turning the chest to the right, or you can take that hand all the way to the ground and make your twist. Okay, slowly finding your way back up. Other side again. Okay, sinking down into that front knee. And again, the right hand can go and just do a nice easy twist through the upper body, or hand to the ground and left hand up. And slowly working your way back up. Ooh, let's keep the legs just a little bit wide. Left hand on the hip, right hand over, opening up the side body. Okay, other way. Okay, let's cross right over left. So we're making a nice banana shape. Try to really avoid rotating forward. Try to keep it over the ear. Other way. Left over right. Left arm up and over. And let's shake all that out, and then let's go down onto the ground. Now try to get down there mindfully as you can with as little, you can either go down this way or this way, whichever feels like something you want to try. Just trying to do it slowly and without your hands if you can. All right, let's sit on our knees, something like this. Just let that sink in for a second. Let the knees stretch, let the ankles stretch. Okay, then we're gonna find your right hip and just let that hip come down to the ground. And then we're gonna go over and let the other hip come down to the ground. Trying to keep the head and chest upright because that's gonna open up this side here. And then the other way. All right, now the goal is as little bit of hands as possible. Really makes you turn the core on. You need some hip strength, you need some core strength. Use light touch in the hands if you need to. Better to have a little help from your hands than to strain things too much. And you may find after a couple times it just gets easier as those muscles go, oh, that's what you want me to do. This is weird, but that's okay. All right, let's come back up to the middle. Let's take the right knee out to the side. And we're just gonna lean into it. This is just pulling on the inner thigh, getting a little compression into the knee and the ankle. Turn the body a little bit. Just trying to look for some unique movements. Okay, let's switch to the other side. No more flurries. Well, there you go. November 29th, the first snow of the year. However insignificant it may have been. Okay, all right, let's try another position. And if this hurts your knees, just go down into a regular sit position and just incorporate some variety. So we're going to come up to a tall kneeling, and we're just going to bring the knee through and put it back. Bring the knee through, put it back. Feel your core turn on as you have to swing that knee through. If you need something for balance, then find something for balance. Try and slow it down enough that you can really control the movement. Upper body upright, head stacked on the spine. Okay, next step, tuck the toe in the back. A little back and forth. Pressure on that toe and then forward. Trying to keep the front weight in your heel. If you haven't noticed, we're in the process of creating some mobility and strength to stand up from this position. So feel the toe, tuck the toe in the back, feel the heel in the front. Okay, let's switch. Okay, and then you can use your hands if you feel like you really are need a lot of momentum to get up from here. Put one hand on the ground. You've got your left knee forward, right hand on the ground, and that'll help you start that lift up motion a little bit easier. Slow it down. Let's come back down. Okay, right hand on the ground. Help yourself begin that motion. So that's often the hardest part. And then you can also reach for the ground to finish that lowering motion. And if you feel like you kind of got it, you can just lift straight up and then slowly come back down. Let's do that just one more time, and then we'll go to the other side. Okay. Right foot forward, tuck the toes, let the left hand help. I like my right hand on my knee, those first few repetitions as well. Now, I feel like I want both hands on this knee to just support myself, but I'm going to try that for a couple more reps, and then I'll give no hands a try here. I can feel how much core has to turn on to do those things. Okay, and sometimes my toe joints don't always love that activity, but important to keep them in shape. Okay, let's go back down onto the ground. Whatever way you want to get there. All right, let's take a wide sit where we've only got 8 minutes left. Okay, a little wide sit to get underneath the hamstrings. Think about pointing those toes up to the ceiling and then sort of leaning in whatever direction creates a nice little stretch. Okay, let's bend one knee in. And we're just going to alternate. We're trying to sit up tall with every move. Okay, forward with the leg. Okay, we're going to tuck one leg and bring the other one into that. We're angling this tuck. They're both tucks, I guess, aren't they? Okay, we're just going to switch back and forth. Okay, cobblers, cross-legged, cobblers, other way cross-legged. Just keep switching back. Just a little lean forward gets a nice stretch into the hips. Each time you lift and move those legs, turns on the core. All right. Now let's practice. We're going to go down onto, well, let me explain that a different way. Let's start in a cross-legged position. I want you to think about really rounding the back, because we're going to do a little rocking motion. Round the back. So you're going to tuck the tailbone. You can hold on to your ankles or knees if you need to. There's another way of strengthening the core, because that rocking motion, especially when you slow it down. Okay, let's try going onto our backs and then using some momentum in our legs to pull yourself up into a seated position. And this kind of makes, I think, kind of makes core work fun. It's also another way to start thinking about getting up. So let's try, as you come up, tuck both your legs in one direction into a Z-sit. Okay, then maybe try the other direction. And if you are thinking this is weird, I'm not sure I like this, this is part of the natural movement training that I did, because eventually we use it as momentum to come up to a standing position. So if you're not in your standing position, then go ahead and come on up in whatever way feels right. We'll start wrapping up. So we have about 3 minutes left. Okay, let's bounce the other way. Great. Swing the arms, opposite. Okay, together. And I think we'll do hip flexor stretch. So if you want to use the wall, other side. Okay, wide stance, inner thigh. Feels so much better. Yeah, let's put the hands behind and intertwine the fingers. Lift the arms away from the body. Okay, same thing in the fronts. Press the palms away. Such a good forearm stretch. Okay, well, we've got our arms up there. Let's leave the right arm up. Hold on to the elbow and stretch that space out a little bit. And the other side. And then, of course, adding in any other stretch or movement unique to you that would be helpful, please always add that. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.